Now, Blue Period is a manga series about art and a character's journey as he discovers the art world. And this is a fascinating series. It's not a series I normally read, but I'm so glad I did. Blue Period was one of the first series I actually stopped while reading and actually thought about what I just read. And the main character is so relatable. Now, in the world's eyes, the main character has it all. He has friends, he gets good grades, and he has the approval of his parents. But the truth is, he's molded himself to be a person that isn't him. Yaguchi only says what he needs to say to get the approval of others. It may not necessarily be what he wants to say, but he knows this is what it takes to make friends. He knows this is what I need to say to my parents. This is why I need to get good grades, so I can get their approval. So if I work hard, I can get into a school that they want me to get in. But he's not being true to himself. And that's something I think a lot of us can resonate with. Is I'm sure there's been a time where you wanted to say one thing, but to not lose someone's approval, you said what they wanted to hear. I remember growing up being so desperate for friends that I changed who I was just to have some. I changed how I dressed, I changed the music I listened to, so I could win the approval of others. And that was something I thought was so powerful reading the series. It's something that I could resonate with myself, and I believe it's a character that you could resonate with as well. Now, early on in the story, Yaguchi and his friends are in class and they're given an art assignment. And the assignment is to draw their favorite scenery. And it's through this discovery for Yaguchi that he ends up learning a new way to communicate. And I just love what the art teacher says here. She says, "What do you want to say to everyone? Give us a scene that expresses that." And how powerful is that to create something that can communicate in such a way that words are not needed. And it's through this powerful expression that Yaguchi falls in love for art. When I first started reading this story, I wondered if it was a 101 art for dummies. See, I took one class in 7th grade on art, and other than that, I know very little on the subject. I've been to a few museums, but I almost don't know what I'm looking at. But this book actually gave myself a new perspective and a new eye to see and understand the world of art. And I loved that experience while reading this book. Knowing very little about art, I appreciated that the book was also educational. It reminded me of a similar experience I've had with Dr. Stone, where not only are the characters making certain things in the book, but they give you the same steps that you can make these things at home. The Blue Period does the same thing by explaining things such as a color wheel or how different shapes work while drawing. The story is all about pursuing your passions. Early on, Yaguchi wonders if art should be a hobby, as there's no way to make a living from it. And I love how the art teacher points out that there's no guarantee going to a regular college that afterwards you'll get a job that you can make a living from. That even people outside of college from graduating still have a hard time making it these days. So why not take a little risk about something you're passionate on if there's no guarantee what's going to happen the next day? The book is full of these little nuggets of wisdom. You can play it safe and still not end up where you want to be in life. So why not take some risk? The book does a great job removing these misnomers that your dreams are pointless. I was surprised that even through the 5th volume, I was still finding little nuggets of wisdom that I could think through after reading. The story shares the idea if it's something you're passionate about, don't give up on your dream. Don't let others discredit it. Don't let others say it's only a hobby. Don't let others say that it's not possible. If it's something you're passionate about, pursue it with all your heart. Don't give up. Keep pressing on. Keep moving forward. And this is something I loved as an overall theme for this book. There are so many good quotes in leadership and life in this book, such as, "Isn't it natural to pour as much as you can into the things that you love?" Or, "Hard workers who do things they like are unstoppable." It was quotes like this that were so encouraging, it made you stop and think about what you were reading. These are great questions for you to process in your own life. Why wouldn't you pour all that you have and can do for the things that you love? I was even questioning my own life. Do I pour all that I have into the things I love when it came to my own family while I was reading these quotes? This is one of those rare mangas that while reading, you take the time to stop and think about your own life instead of just continuing on with the story. This book fired me up to continue pursuing my journey as I learned how to edit videos, learn content creation, how to engage with you as a viewer. I could see myself as the main character as he's coming along in his journey, learning how to pursue his passions and learn how to make art. The author does a great job in you feeling what it's like for Yaguchi as he works so hard to pursue this journey. You can't help but to want to cheer him on every step of the way as he tries and tries to get better at making art. Now, it is nice in the volumes there are a few color pages, but I did feel it was a little bit of miss on what they chose to put in color. So many times the pages had nothing actually to do with Yaguchi's artwork. I wish I could see the beauty from his own eyes as he was creating his masterpieces one by one on his journey. Fair warning, there is a ton of dialogue in this manga, and at times some of the dialogue felt forced, as if the author was trying to impress something upon the reader instead of something the character needed to hear to progress with the story itself. The heart of the story is genuinely believing in what you're doing. And this isn't a story I would recommend binge reading. After each volume, it felt like I just ate a full plate of food. And before I could get to the next volume, I needed to digest and process all that I currently read before I could move on to another full helping of Blue Period. Now, the series is rated for those who are 16 years or older, and I would say that is warranted. There was nothing necessarily I felt I had to continue to skip through, but it does touch on some heavy topics such as suicide. I did appreciate at the beginning of the volume it did warn you when it was going to be a heavy topic, and it provided tools as well as a phone number to call if you were dealing with such thoughts. This is not your typical manga genre such as action-adventure, romance, mystery, drama, but the manga does have a lot of heart. It is very rare to have a manga that has you stop and think about your own ambitions in life while reading, and because of that, I'm going to be giving this manga a rating of 9.5 out of 10. Do something that brings you joy, and it's okay to be vulnerable. Don't do what you think others will enjoy just so you face less rejection. For the longest time, I had a huge fear that I would be rejected if people knew I read manga. So opening up a little bit of my own life, providing this channel, is a huge vulnerability for myself. On YouTube, you are the driving force of your own channel, and I know I'm going to face a lot of rejection. Some people put content out for years and still have not found their audience, while others find success overnight. All I can do is continue to pursue my dreams while having fun at the same time, like we read in Blue Period. I love and enjoy a good story, and my goal is not only to find good stories, but to help you find stories that you love and inspire you to be a better version of yourself, not only for yourself, but for the people that you care about around you. I also have the dream of someday writing a book. I love storytelling. I hope someday that the story I've been writing for a long time can finally be in a book for others to enjoy. So I've shared with you a little bit about my own dreams and goals in life. In the comments below, would you mind sharing, if you were unstoppable, what dreams or ambitions would you pursue in your own life? And if this content's been helpful in any way, would you like, comment, and share with a friend? If you'd like to see more content like this and you've not done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.